Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to take a look at how you can beat the super level difficulty stage of the Extreme Z battle for the Int Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan, and also obviously how you can super Extreme Z Awaken him. Now, to unlock the stage you have to beat the Extreme Z battle up to floor 30, up to and including floor 30. Can't just beat floor 29, have floor 30 show. It has to show floor 31. Then the super option will become unlocked, and then you can take it on. Now, the units that are effective here are physical Potara units. When you change to the super version of the stage, Extreme Z Awakened units are also what you need. So not only do you want your units to technically be physical and Potara, you also want them to be Extreme Z Awakened. It's more important that they're Extreme Z Awakened than that they are physical. Because if they are Extreme Z Awakened, they'll probably have guard or evasion or things like that that'll deal with the damage coming in. The Extreme Z Awakening component is actually the most important component of building your team alongside the category Potara. In terms of the missions, there are missions to use 3 Extreme Z Awakened characters, 3 Potara category characters, or fused fighter category characters, sorry, and obviously to finish the stage in 3 minutes 10 seconds. If you're looking to beat the stage in a quick time, you need to switch off animations. It's very, very, very important. Now, obviously, in terms of team build, Potara is an interesting category. Potara as a category, what I would suggest is, ultimately, especially if you are doing this, for the first time, go and super easy AGL, Super Vegito if you have him. He will help you out a lot. In terms of leads for Potara, there's not a lot. You have the Int, Goku and Vegeta, you have the Tech Vegito, you have the physical Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, and you have the Int Zamasu. We want to avoid extreme units, generally speaking, as super type is what we need for this event. So what we're going to do is we're going to instead build around the Tech Vegito. The alternative is to build like a Majin Buu Saga team. However, I just don't think the roster is deep enough to do that. There are quite a few, obviously, Majin Buu Saga orientated Potara units, but I think the roster is a little bit too small to do that, and that would also give you 2 physical Vegetos, although you could potentially build something under the Strength, Super Saiyan, Goku and Vegeta Angel. Overall, I don't think this one's as bad as the Super Vegeta one. I think you've got a couple alternative options as leads. Like I said, you've got the AGL Blue Boys, the Strength, Goku and Vegeta. You've got quite a few alternative lead choices. Your best units for this, for me, are going to be Strength Kefla, an amazing damage dealer. Physical, Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, also a good damage dealer with orb changing. Tech Vegito is a great floating option. You then have AGL Super Vegito with his Super Easy Air, the physical Vegito Blue, the physical Super Saiyan Vegito or Super Vegito as well. If you do not have AGL, Super Vegito is Super Easy Aid. The Int LR is also fine, and the Strength Goku and Vegeta is also great. There are other options, but generally speaking, these are probably the ones that are the most accessible to players. You've got Zamasu and Gowasu, who are also a decent option. You have the Int Vegito, who's also solid, and you have the AGL World Tournament Vegito, who you can also use. For me, overall, this one, like I said, is not as bad as the... I don't find it as hard as the Super Vegetos, but I do think you are a lot more limited in roster due to the smaller size of Potara. So you could potentially look at a Fused Fighters team, but you have to be very careful. One thing I'll say is I didn't find bringing the Tech Goku as a lead that helpful. Like, his stat increase and everything is pretty cool. I will say, it does help, but I would float them. Like, remember, they're going to take still increased damage because they are not Extreme Z Awakened. So that Goku slash Tech LR Vegito unit you can bring definitely, because it's a great lead for the team. It's a fused fighter coverage plus the 50% extra for Potara, so it's great for boosting the stats of your units, but make sure that you float them or put them in the second slots or something like that. Don't try to actively tank with them or anything, because you'll be surprised. They'll actually take quite a bit of damage in that first slot, although shouldn't need someone to explain that to you. It makes sense. So yeah, ultimately, that's probably what I would say. The team overall does a great job. Like I said, it's just a little bit of luck that'll probably prevent you from finishing off the event. I mean, you can see that here. In my run, I got a little bit unlucky with one of the extra attacks. No crit here. You'll get 3 minutes 10 seconds. Just design your team, and you might need a little bit of luck on your rotations that open up. But yeah, generally what I would say is you're probably good to go. And I would say, overall, that I think it's a pretty accessible, decent team. Like, I genuinely find that it's a good, strong, solid team. I think it has a pretty easy way to clear this. Switching out even physical Super Vegito for the AGL Super Easy Aid one is going to make such a huge difference that, you'll probably clear it with just that. So that would be my only suggestion. Obviously, if you can't Super Easy A Vegito, you can still very easily get the 3 minute 10 second mark. It's not the end of the world, but it is obviously, I would say a little bit more difficult then, just because your roster is a little bit more limited. But yeah, overall, pretty solid team. Now, the Super Easy A for Int Buu looks very interesting. I think the Majin Buu power team is in a good position. So I definitely think there are some decent kind of options there. Especially once he's Super Easy A's, he could have some very interesting roles on the team. There are also the options for players who are building the team to obviously have potentially the Dragon Ball Heroes units come in. If you do have the Heroes units and the Easy Aid ones, of course you can use them. It's more than fine. I don't want to limit people, but those units are probably not so super accessible for a lot of players. Outside of that, definitely refrain from an extreme build, like the Zamasus and Goku Blacks and things like that. It's not going to net you out really, really well. You're not going to have a good time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You need 30 medals in total to Super Easy A Buu. You get 15 from completing all the missions. You get 3 per run. So you have to still run the stage 5 times, even if you complete all the missions, and then you'll be able to Super Easy A Buu. You do have to have him obviously Extremely Awakened before you can Super Easy A him. But yeah, that pretty much covers it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, stay safe. If you have any questions or queries or anything like that, let me know, and bye.